Shalom. We give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Double honor to our elders and our apostles of Great Moonstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. All right, so this is your brother Samak coming to you once again with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. In transit, I just wanted to talk about how we have a duty to teach, inspire, rebuke, and exhort the elect. So that is our mission. That is our, and even if you're not a teacher, where you're doing lessons and you're going out to the highways and the hedges, you know what I mean? If that's not your lot, you know, you're just a believer, cool, but you still have a duty to do your part, you know what I mean? Help the prophets, help, you know, if you have prophets and brothers near you, you know, reach out, go out from time to time, you know, show your support, you know, in whatever manner that looks like for you, but also in your day-to-day, but more importantly, rather, for you brothers that are not teachers, in your day-to-day life, you need to show forth effort to help inspire the elect, or help inspire the Israelites around you. You know, do your best to essentially be a light, as the scriptures say, right? So Yahweh Shai says that a light that is set on the hill cannot be hid, right? Neither do men lighteth a bushel, right? Or light a candle and hideth it, right? So we are to be a light unto the nations. We are to be a light, more importantly, unto our people, right? Because we don't know who the 2/3 are, right? So we need to be an example. Right? I'm not saying you got to go around telling every Israelite that every Jake you see that, you know, they're Israelite, and you know, you got to wear a T-shirt to say I'm an Israelite. Like, you ain't got to do all that, but you know, let your character show forth through your spirit, through your countenance, through your demeanor, through your actions. You know, when I'm at work, you know what I mean, I'm in the world, all right? I'm around non-believers. I'm around heathen. I'm mostly around Jake, but a lot of non-believers, bro. I'm around Muslims and so on and so forth. But guess what? So many times and throughout the day in conversation, I have opportunity to show forth my convictions and what I stand for. You know what I mean? When they do like little cooking things at my job, they like to do that a lot. Jake like to. We have this one coworker in particular, older Jake lady, very sweet. She likes to cook, so she'll come in. She'll bring like one of those like electric stove, the big electric stove pots. The electric stainless steel grill, an air fryer. She'll bring that into the crib, to the job, and she'll bring in the fresh food, and she'll season it up, and you know, she'll cook some shit like she throw down, and they try to do it every so often, right? So even with that, you know, I put forth my standard. Oh, well, you know, I don't do the pork nor the shellfish, and you know what I mean, and I'm very convicted in that. Sometimes, depending on who I'm speaking to, I'll give the reference, you know, I do my best to observe the law, statutes, commandments of the scriptures, you know, the Bible. You know, in Leviticus it states the dietary law, you know, it says pork, and shellfish, and so all these things are not healthy for you, they're abominations and they're unclean, right? So some people, and other people I keep it generic, but you know, swine ain't divine, man, so it's not really my thing, I'm cool. And what you notice is a lot of Jake are starting to receive and respond to that very well. And when you do it from a place of sincerity, and you do it from a place of conviction, even people in the world can feel that, bro. They feel like, damn, this motherfucker, excuse my language, but this dude, he really about what he say. He really stand for something, you know what I mean? And people respect it, even if they eat pork themselves or whatever. But you'll notice that they'll bring in, you know, beef products and turkey and chicken, and they won't really do this shellfish and the pork. So That just goes to show how you in your walk and you put on the spirit, you allow the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua to show forth through your actions and your aura, your energy. What's going to happen is people are going to respond to it, and people are going to accept it. Whether they accept it for what it is, or rather just through conformity, you know what I mean? People will conform to your standards, even if they don't truly believe in those standards themselves. But for your sake, they'll conform to those standards, which is also in turn helps you, because now you want to partake. You don't have to be concerned with anything being pork or whatever, you know what I mean? And obviously you'll always double check, there ain't no pork, right? No pork, this is beef, and if they're lying, which I doubt, but you never know. Some motherfuckers are very deceitful and devious. But even if they are lying, well, that's on them. They're going to deal with the Lord on that one. You know what I mean? So, yeah, but the point is, you have to be a light, inspire, admonish, exhort, specifically the elect, but even just the Jake that's in the world. And, that's why it's so important, and I like to stress this, and the scripture stresses it too. Brothers speak very generic a lot of times when it comes to the two-thirds, but guess what, Jake? You don't know who the two-thirds is. I don't care what somebody's doing in the world right now, and they in the world, and they partying and doing all this, and they eat pork and shellfish. I don't care, bro. Because guess what? You were once doing the same stuff. That was you. You woke up to the truth 5 years ago? Well, guess what? 5.5 years ago? 5 years and 1 month ago? 6 years ago? 7 years ago? That was you. You came into the truth at 25, let's say. You came into the truth at 25. It means for 25 years, you was doing so many things against the Lord. You didn't even know the Lord. Or for 7 years of your adulthood, right? You're becoming an adult at 18, right? Fully conscious and make your own decisions at 18 years old. Well, at 18, right, 7 years, you've been doing your own thing. You've been probably committing adultery. You've been eating all manner of abominable foods. You've been celebrating pagan holidays, and you've been in the spirit. And not even just that, you've been in the spirit of this world. You've been in the spirit of America, Babylon. You've been a part of their system, and you've wanted their system to go on, and you've been stacking up treasures in this kingdom, and you've been desiring for this kingdom to go on and thinking about your life 50, 60 years from now. Like, you were in this world, bro. And some of you, Jake, are probably even just selling drugs, beefing with your people in the streets, doing all manner of wickedness, right? And it's really simple, right? This truth is so simple, bro. But you were doing all manner of wickedness. You were of this world. You were in this world, of this world, right? Until what? Until the Lord took you out. Until the Lord gave you a pure, clean spirit. And now all those things you used to do, you repented, and now you've progressed. Woo! What is that? Slippery. You've progressed, and so like it actually just got threw me off guard. It's kind of raining out here, and I guess it was like some uneven surface, so my car, my tires kind of like skidded a little bit. But the point I was making is, you were in the world, right? And the Lord took you out the world, and gave you a pure spirit. You know what I mean? So now, who are you to sit here and oppress those that are still in the world? You know what I mean? We like to talk about young niggas a lot and all this, but guess what, bro? It only takes for the Most High to wake that spirit up, bro. You don't know who the elect is. We know that some members of the elect are going to wake up at the last minute, right? They're going to wake up during Jacob's trouble. So, move with caution. Move with discernment. You don't know who the elect is, so you need to be very merciful, and you need to treat every Israelite as if they have the ability to wake up, because guess what? They do have the ability to wake up. Just like him, they do have the ability to wake up. So do your part and be a light. I'm not saying you gotta be buddy-buddy. I'm not saying you gotta be super friendly. I'm not saying you gotta be happy-go-lucky with these people, but walk with conviction, walk with purpose, speak with integrity, you know what I mean? Speak with conviction. Let these people know that what you stand for is serious business. And people will respect you. People will respect this truth. It's not about respecting us, but people will respect. People have no choice. Even if they don't agree, they'll have no choice. So, do your part. Edify the sheep, man. Live righteously. Let this spirit show forth, man. And don't try to hide your spirit, because guess what? You never know who you'll inspire and who you'll be able to reach just by being true to your morals and your principles and allowing the Lord to show forth. So, Lord willing, this video was edifying, real quick to the point. Until next time, shalom.